panic-stricken agent said the cooling system would explode in 1 minute. The mechanic didn't grab tools, he just listened, and said, "Your sensor is lying." It was 3 in the morning at a dusty, 24-hour truck stop off I-95, the kind of place where the coffee tastes like burnt rubber and the neon sign hums louder than the engines outside. I was underneath a rusted-out delivery van, grease stinging my eyes, wiping a wrench on a rag that had seen better decades. 3 years ago, I wasn't Grease Monkey Mike. I was Elias Thorne, the lead turbine engineer for the largest green energy plant on the East Coast. I was the guy who could hear a hairline fracture in a steel blade from 50 yards away. But then, I found the ghost cracks in the new offshore arrays. I told the board the alloy was cheap, that it would shatter in a high-wind event and take the local grid with it. They didn't want a whistleblower, they wanted a profit margin. 1 week later, my certifications were revoked due to a clerical error that no one seemed able to fix. I was radioactive. No engineering firm would touch me. So, I moved 2 states over and started fixing transmissions for truckers who didn't ask for a resume. That Tuesday, a blacked-out SUV screamed into the lot, fishtailing on the gravel. A guy jumped out, early 30s, expensive tactical gear, looking like he was vibrating with pure panic. Behind him, a massive heavy-duty transport truck hissed to a stop, its engine making a sound that made my teeth ache. It wasn't a knock, it was a shudder, a rhythmic, metallic gasp. The guy in the tactical vest was screaming into a satellite phone. "The backup cooling pump is failing. If the internal temp hits 90, we lose the whole shipment. We're 10 miles from the medical center, it won't make it." I crawled out from under the van, wiping my hands on my coveralls. I looked at the transport truck. It had government plates and a biohazard, refrigerated medical supplies sticker. "You're cavitating," I said, my voice raspy from the cold. The guy looked at me like I was a cockroach. "Get back to your oil changes, pal. This is a closed-loop cryogenic system. You wouldn't even know how to open the casing. You have a bypass valve on the secondary line," I said, walking closer. "But your sensor is lying to you. It's telling you the pressure is high, so you're cutting the flow, but the vibration I'm hearing, that's air in the line. If you don't open that manual bleed valve in the next 60 seconds, your pump is going to turn into shrapnel, and whatever is in that trailer is going to melt." He froze. "How do you know about the manual bleed? That's not in the civilian specs." "I designed the patent for that cooling assembly," I said, looking him dead in the eye. "Now, give me your master key, or start explaining to your boss why $100 million in stage 3 leukemia vaccines just turned into room temperature water." His face went white. He didn't ask another question. He tossed me the keys. I climbed onto the back of the rig, found the hidden access panel, and felt for the heat. It was scorching. I grabbed a pipe wrench from my back pocket and cranked the valve. Hisses. A cloud of nitrogen vapor sprayed into the night air, coating my sleeves in frost. The engine's scream died down to a smooth, purring hum. The vibration stopped. The guy looked at his tablet. The temperature graph, which had been spiking into the red, suddenly plummeted. It's stabilizing. You just saved the entire regional supply." He looked at me, really looked at me this time, at the grease on my face and the name, Mike, stitched onto a second-hand jacket. "Who the hell are you?" "I'm the guy who told them the alloy was bad," I said, tossing the keys back to him. He looked at the keys, then at the truck, then at the empty, dark highway. "My father is the director of logistics for the Department of Energy. He's been looking for the ghost engineer who warned them about the offshore arrays, the ones that just failed in the storm last night, exactly like the report said they would." He pulled out a heavy, embossed business card. "He doesn't care about revoked certifications. He cares about people who are right when everyone else is lying." He climbed back into the SUV, but before he floored it, he leaned out the window. "Be at this address at 9 a.m. Wear a suit, or don't. Just bring that pipe wrench." I watched the taillights fade into the distance. For the first time in 3 years, I didn't go back under the van. I walked into the shop, threw my grease-stained rag in the trash, and started looking for my old briefcase. The people who buried me thought they had one, but they forgot one thing. You can't keep a guy who knows how the world works in the dark forever.